Hong Kong on the 11th of May.
Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I thank my right honourable friend for raising this incredibly important issue. The Hong Kong authorities' decision to target leading pro-democracy figures, including Cardinal Zheng, Margaret, Po-keung and Denise under the national security law is unacceptable. Freedom of expression and the right to peaceful protest, which are protected in both the Joint Declaration and the Basic Law, are fundamental to Hong Kong's way of life. We continue to make clear to mainland China and to Hong Kong authorities our strong opposition to the national security law, which is being used to curtail freedom, punish dissent, and shrink the space for opposition, free press, and civil society. In response to the imposition of the national security law, as well as wider recent developments in Hong Kong, the UK took 3 major policy actions. On the 31st of January 2021, we launched a bespoke immigration route for British national overseas and their dependents. Secondly, we have suspended the UK-Hong Kong extradition treaty, and we have also extended the existing arms embargo on China to also now cover Hong Kong. China remains in an ongoing state of non-compliance with the Joint Declaration, which it willingly agreed to uphold. As a co-signatory to the Joint Declaration, and in the significant 25th year of our handover, we will continue to stand up for the people of Hong Kong. We will continue to call out the violation of their rights and freedoms and to hold China to their international obligations. My right honourable friend, the Foreign Secretary, is in regular contact with her international counterparts on issues relating to Hong Kong, and we continue to work intensively within international institutions to call upon China to live up to its international obligations and responsibilities. As my right honourable friend, the Foreign Secretary, set out in the latest 6-monthly report published on the 31st of March, the UK will continue to speak out when China breaches its legally binding agreements and when it breaks its promises to the people of Hong Kong.
Ian Duncan-Smith.
Mr. Speaker, I'm grateful to you granting this particular UQ. For on the 11th of May, that's yesterday, Chinese authorities arrested 3 trustees, as my honourable friend has mentioned, of the 612 Humanitarian Relief Fund, which helped pro-democracy protesters to pay their legal fees. Those 3 figures led by Cardinal Zheng that I mentioned earlier, being arrested, although they've apparently been released under bail, they're very onerous bail requirements and they've had their passports confiscated. Now, this is a huge abuse of human rights. Cardinal Zheng himself is 96, I think, and he has been a lifelong advocate of democratic causes in Hong Kong and mainland China. We should be looking up to this man and considering the abuse that he faces. He's spoken out against China's growing authoritarianism and President Xi, including Beijing-imposed national security law and the prosecution of many religious, including Roman Catholics, in China. So, Mr. Speaker, the problem we've got here is my government comes to the dispatch box legitimately and condemns this, and condemns all of these actions in China. And yet, we lag behind others in actually sanctioning individuals under the Magnitsky requirements. These following people have been sanctioned already by the US and are involved in this process. John Lee, elected as Hong Kong's next chief executive, sanctioned by the USA. Carrie Lam, sanctioned by the United States, previous head of the Hong Kong government. Teresa Yuk-Hwa, sanctioned by the USA. Bao Long, sanctioned by the USA. Zhao Zhang, sanctioned by the USA. Hua Ming, Luo, sanctioned by the USA. Yan Zhongjing, sanctioned by the USA. Ping Guantang, sanctioned by the USA. Hua Chung-lo, a former commissioner of the Hong Kong police force, sanctioned by the USA. Not one of these has been sanctioned by the UK government. It is time to step up and make it very clear. And I would also say to my right honourable friend, who I have a huge amount of respect for, that this fund that I referred to, the 612 one, was shut down last year, and it was opened up for inspection by collusion. I understand, Mr. Speaker, and I'm going to finish here, and it needs to be investigated. And I simply say, Mr. Speaker, and this is the important bit, that there have been reports now that the government may well reenact discussions about the Joint Economic Trade Commission, JETCO, and even re-endorsing the Economic and Financial Dialogue, which was previously suspended. I want from the government an absolute undertaking. They will sanction those individuals, and there's no way on earth we're going to entertain any discussions in opening up trade discussions or financial discussions with this abusive government.
Minister.
Mr. Speaker, my right honourable friend speaks with huge authority on this issue, and he knows that when he speaks on any issue, but particularly on this issue, I personally take notice, and Her Majesty's government always takes notice. He will, I know, be frustrated with the next sentence I'm about to say, but I think he will understand that whilst we work closely, and our sanctions response to Russia's invasion of Ukraine demonstrates this, we work closely with our international partners on sanctions of individuals, but he will also know that we never discuss publicly the future sanctions designations that might be brought. But as I say, I and Her Majesty's government will take very seriously the points that he's made and the list of individuals that he has read out. He is absolutely right to highlight the importance of not just words but also actions in opposition to actions like those taken by the Chinese government. We consider Beijing to be in a state of ongoing non-compliance with the Sino-British Joint Declaration, and I think that will be borne in mind when we speak or think about any other agreements that might be entered into with that government.
Shadow Minister Catherine West.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.